Alright, so we're turning this photo into a motion graphic video. We're going to be using Pixelmator Pro and Apple Motion. The first thing I want to do is actually copy this photo and paste it in Pixelmator. I already have a vertical project open because our motion graphic is going to be vertical. So it's kind of small as is. So let's just cut it, open it on a new document, clipboard. We're gonna super resolution. Alright, then we're gonna hit copy and paste it back over here. Alright, the sizing is good, so just bring it back down. Alright, so here's a new problem. My edges seem to be giving me this straight line here and here. Let's go to the erase brush, ensure the softness is all the way up, and just kind of paint over the edges. Wrong layer. Alright, paint over the edges, just to kind of remove that harsh line on both sides. Alright, already looking better. Alright, hit V. So the next step really now is to actually flip this, because I don't think we want the vehicle to be driving in this direction. Let's go ahead and flip it. Whenever you flip things, you always want to ensure that there aren't any words that are obviously or easily misread. You can see it on the tires here, but because these are going to be rotating, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. Alright. So now that we have this, we need to go ahead and build out the background. I'm going to close this layer and close this one. Can hide this as well. Can close this. So the next thing to do really is to find some photos that we're going to be using as our backgrounds. The inspiration for this motion graphic is here. So we're really trying to recreate something like this. Alright, I'm gonna go to Unsplash and see if we can find some free images. Type in road, and we want something that looks fairly decent. This looks good enough. See if we can copy it and just paste it. I have the same problem again, so just new clipboard and just select super resolution. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Should be able to kind of open to shrink it right there. Doesn't look bad. I'm gonna place it behind our car, and this is saying to me that the car cannot be driving in the sky, so we're actually going to increase it back, bring it up here. Yeah, this makes more sense. Except this road kind of look really huge for the car. Not sure if it's gonna work, but let's see if we can figure it out. Changing the position not really helping. Alright, let's do this. If we had this, maybe we could just remove these lines. Kind of looks better in terms of scale. I think the car needs to come over some more, so let's do that. Alright, also we're gonna create a mask for this because we don't need the shape to be done. Alright, zoom in, make sure it's everything good. Alright, can live with this. Let's find another one, but we could merge a couple photos, so let's try that too. Alright, let's go back to Pixelmator. Alright, hide this layer, let's hide this one. Alright, so we're gonna create composite. And creating the composite, we need a background, a foreground. I think this could work for the background, maybe. I'm going to cut this. New from clipboard. Let's increase the resolution. Copy. Paste it back here. Resolution increase, but it don't really look that good. Just delete it. We can delete this one as well. In any case, let's see. Ideally, what we're trying to create is something like Okay, we could live with this. We could live with this. Alright. Put these in a group. It's gonna be a rough road. Problem now is the scale. Alright, so we increase the scale of this. We still face that issue. I could potentially bring this up, which means that this would have to be cropped. Fine, but now we need some sort of foreground element. So let's go back here and see if we can get some trees or something to add to the foreground. Not really seeing what I want. Maybe there's another solution. Could probably duplicate it and bring down the duplicate to the edge of the page. Put it behind this and then just try to fade it in. Alright, using the erase brush, just increase the size, make sure the softness is good, and just try to, don't want it to look too similar. Take off that yes, take off that section. Alright, one. Alright, I could live with this. We can live with this. Except right here. So is this a part of the main image? Yeah, it's a part of the top image. So it's just kind of remove it. Alright, so notice that we have two different greens here. So for this one, we're going to actually see if we can get the colors to match. Get a paler color here. So change the hue a bit. Add some saturation in it. Turn the brightness look a bit. Maybe about there. There, that doesn't look bad. We're going to add an effect. And small Gaussian blur. Maybe around 4. Alright. Don't hate that at all. Except for down here. Alright, let's see if we can copy this effect and paste it on our layer below it. Not that one, but this one. That's not working. It's not that we don't need the effect. We need this adjustment. For the selective color. Can we copy it? Oh, we're on the wrong layer. Here. Copy adjustments. Paste them on this one. Right. Alright, so we still have this little section to probably adjust, but we'll come to that shortly. Alright. So we're looking good. So we have 2 scenes so far. We have scene 1. We have scene 2. So for this scene, we also need to crop it. So let's go. Alright, so this seems to be the option. So alright, yeah, so we have scene 1, scene 2. What can we use for scene 3? Let's look back on our main video. I think this could be good inspiration too. Some rocky terrain. Alright, let's see if we can find some rocky terrain. So we added it here. Don't hate this. Let's see what happens when we adjust it a little bit. We might have to keep this height. Also think that we might need to duplicate it and flip it. Alright, so in the flip, right, I'm cropping it to about there. Let's turn on back the car layer. Let's crop it some more. This gives us the top side here that I wanted. However, this middle section looks kind of funny. So let's see if we can crop out the middle section. And let's see if we can kind of smooth this out a little bit. Alright. So we have scene 1. We don't need this. Scene 2. And then finally scene 3. So we're going to just call them scene 1 and scene 3 rather. Scene 2. I'm going to group this and call this scene 1. So now we need the text on the screen. So I'm thinking something like this. Turn to medium, maybe title case. At this point we need to kind of bring out our guides, so let's do 50 pixels on both left and right. So about that, and then another 50 pixels on this side, so that'll be 1030. Then we could go 100 pixels from the top and 100 from the bottom. So it's 1920 minus 100, so that'll be about right there. This needs to pull down, right? Alright, now close it. The ultimate performance on every terrain. Let's just do that. Set it up like this. Maybe center it. And duplicate it on every terrain. Maybe we could change this font to something that is actually don't hate this. Or on every road. I think the road might be better. Let's see. Alright, so we have this. So let's cycle through scenes and see what we look like. We're going for scene 1. Okay. Alright, so our text needs to be above everything else. So let's do that now. Create this group, call this text. So that's scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Alright, so we can scale up the text group a bit. Alright, let's see it again. Scene 2. So it looks good here, and it looks good on scene. It looks good here. I just don't know how I feel about this one. So for this one, maybe we could just lighten it a bit. And to lighten it, I think we have a lighten tool here. Where's the layer group to edit? Don't really want to do that, but let's duplicate it and then hit merge, and then let's just lighten the area. Oh, there we go. Alright, this is looking good. I can live with this. Alright, so now we have the scene 2 layers. We're going to scene 2. Boom. Alright, so now that we have all of this, I think we need the logo. So let's grab the logo from their website. Copy this. And let's paste it here. See what it looks like. Select it. And just kind of move it up. So in the white, it's kind of hard to see, so we're going to make a slight edit. Go to effects, add effect, fill, color fill, black. Change this to logo. Alright, let's see what we're working with now. So scene 3 is good. Alright, for scene 2 we're going to have to lighten it as well. And let's just lighten some other sections, just to kind of give the effect that, hey, yeah, we don't want it to seem as if it's too fake. So yeah, this is good. Alright, so scene 2 is good, and then scene 1 is good. And we could probably increase the size of the text some more, maybe. And this section could come a wee bit closer. Right. So here we have over 3 scenes. So now that we have all of them, let's lock them, and we need to work on the car. Scene 1, scene 2, I think we can delete scene 2 layers, seeing that we don't need it anymore. Let's just hide it for now. We can merge all of these. Yeah, alright, let's do that shortly. Alright, so now we're gonna work on the car. So let's hide the layers that we don't want to be seen right now. Let's just zoom into the car, and we need our oval selection tool. I'm gonna drag out the oval, and then just make some small adjustments to ensure that we have the entire wheel selected. And this is very important. Alright, get in there. I think we can come over a little bit on this side, maybe. You see, we have an empty space here. Let's see if we can bring it back in just a tad bit. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. And there we have it. We have a tire. I'm gonna do the same thing again for the one over here. So use the oval selection, hold on shift, ensure that I get a perfect circle, and just kind of adjust it ever so slightly on the edges. Alright. Now we have both tires. So we're gonna label this one front tire, and then this one is the back. So if we hide our car, we have 2 tires. Okay, perfect. So let's just group them. And now for the final steps. I don't think we need this anymore, so we can delete it. For scene 1, let's see scene 1. Everything seems pretty good. If I select V, I notice that we have some stuff happening there. If we merge it, we have a perfect rectangle. For scene 2, do we have a mask for it? No, not yet. So we're going to create a mask for scene 2. Rectangle, done. And then we're just going to merge it as well. So all 3 scenes are complete. So now we're going to bring this over to motion. So let's go ahead and save the project. We can call this Jetour add. So now we saved it. We also need to export it as a motion project. So we're going to hit export here, and then 24 frames per second. I'm assuming about 15 seconds is all we need. So let's do that. Go ahead, hit export. So now we can save this, and we can also close Pixelmator because we won't be needing it anymore. Alright, so here we're in motion and we have all our layers. So it's time to just kind of build it out. Alright, and this is the exciting part. Alright, so the first thing that I personally want to do is click view, show full view area, and then I'm going to separate the scenes by just dragging them out so that they're side by side. So that's good. Make it 1080 actually, and then for scene 3, 1080 times 2 is 2160, and there we have all our scenes side by side. So we're gonna group them. We're gonna call these backgrounds. Fine, lovely. Now once that is done, I'm gonna open our tires layer. And funny thing about this animation is the tires are rotating, yes, but the car isn't moving. So what we need to do is add a rotation keyframe so that the tires rotate. Let's check the X. X is not what we want. Y is not what we want either. We actually want the Z. We need the Z going in the negative. So let's click this arrow here, add a parameter behavior, and I think we can just use ramp for the duration of the video. So I think here that's fine. Start value is at 0, end value minus 400. And let's just copy this and paste it to the front tire. And let's see what our animation looks like now. It's rather really slow. Alright, so it changes from 400 to minus 800. Same for this one. So a little bit better. Let's move this up to maybe 1500. Alright. There we go. I like how it looks already. So now, what we're going to do is maybe every 3 seconds we just change the background. So let's keep everything else together that we won't be moving. And this is the still part of the graphic. Just put LOL beside it because the tires are moving. And we're going to select the backgrounds. So at 3 seconds, we're just going to do a position animation of our X parameter. And maybe make it last 1 second. And we're going to move it from here to minus 1080. I think that's what we need to do. That don't seem right, is it? Let's remove the full view area so we see where we are. Yeah, that definitely not look right. 0. Oh. Hold on. We might have messed it up. Yeah. So let's open back the full view area. See what's happening here. So this is scene 1. This is scene. Okay, it's correct. It's correct. Okay. Alright. So we can hide this. All's when that ends well. Alright. However, animation here it's kind of boring. So let's open the keyframe editor, select backgrounds, and just increase this a bit. Alright. So it starts off here and just kinda eases in, which is not bad, but we can make it better. What do we want? Do we want it to be slow at the very end? So let's do this. So we get some fast, right, and slow towards the end. I should be able to copy this curve too. So let's see if we can do that. Select this again. But this time we don't want to. Alright. Let's see if I can copy this curve. Alright. And then let's keep this for another 3 seconds. So if this is 4, go to 7 seconds. It's about here. To the backgrounds, add a keyframe. Go to 8 seconds. Add another keyframe. And here we're going to see if we can paste. Nope, that would not work. Alright, so we're just gonna do it manually for now, which is minus 1080, which brings us right into scene 3. And I guess we can close it off at about 11 seconds. So just hit O right there. And then if we play our animation, we should be good to go. I'm actually liking the second set of keyframes more than the first one, so we're going to adjust this one. Just a little bit. Yeah, something wrong with this one. Alright. Go to the keyframe editor. So it's supposed to be 1080. Full stop. Alright. Alright. Our foreground is kind of dead. So I'm wondering if we could do a graphic overlay to add to here. So let's revisit that. So maybe we're gonna open Pixelmator and add something down here. For this though, I'm going to just save a frame. So save current frame. Next. Wait. Check the settings, PNG. Alright. And then save it. So let's also save our Jetour T2 add. And let's go back to Pixelmator. For now, I guess we can close this as well. Can create a new document here. 1080 by 1920, that's fine. Now we want the image that we just exported from Motion. And copy it and paste it here. Lovely. And then we just need to add some information down here. So back on their website, let's see what they're saying. I don't hate this information. Free ceramic tint, fitness, whatever. Alright, let's see if we can just copy this image. Paste it here. Shrink it down. Alright. So we need a rectangle and these two things here. I'm going to use the pen tool to create the shape. Or something eerily similar. And then just finish a point. We really just need to create this once. So let's edit these points. Alright. Lovely. I think I need my ruler right here, just to kind of ensure that these points are aligned properly. Alright. Now we have that, but I think we also need to adjust the edges. Alright, maybe we need to do something like this, and then make smooth point. guessing this is probably the best way to do it. Make editable, and we just do the same thing again. Add 2 points, select this one, make smooth point, and then just kind of drag it back in. Now we're doing the same thing for this one. You know, when you're kind of alright. So now we need to change the color. So select this color picker, boom, select this color. Now we're good to go. So now we need to change the information or add information. So let's duplicate this. So we need 8 and 3. So let's go text. Let's go back to Gotham. Let's go 8. Escape. Change this from book to something like black. Change the color to white. Looks good enough for me. Change this on to 3. Hit escape. I will go close some layers now so that we don't move them accidentally. Let's group this. Let's group this. I'm gonna just recreate this section here. So we need years warranty, years service. Go back to Gotham. Let's use medium. Text. All caps. Years warranty. You're going to put warranty in a new line. Left a line. And drop this to maybe something like 32. Seeing that it's at 51 now. And drop it somewhere. 24 maybe. Ooh. 24. Yeah. This looks alright. Kind of position it like that. And duplicate this. Bring it over here. Change this to service. Hit escape. V. So I select all of this. I'll just put this in our new group. And then we also need a free and these things. So let's do that. Select U for the shape. I think we're good to go with these two. So we should be able to just duplicate them and drag them to over here. Perfect, perfect. For this group, we're gonna duplicate service and just pull it out, cause why not? And then just ask it to come up nicely so that we can position it where we want. Then we're changing the information. All caps again, ceramic tint. Ceramic tint. We can go tank of gas. And then over on this side, let's add we don't need this unless we move. Hold on, let's try this and see what's happening. Yeah, something move. That not look right. Alright, so let's close these layers, shall we? So we have ceramic tint, tank of gas. So let's bring these over here. We have tank of gas twice. And let's see what's happening here now. So one tank of, alright. Just drag out some lines so we can get this. Alright, so after ceramic tint and tank of gas, we need registration and we need fitness. So all this information now, we're going to put in another group and group it with this, but we need free. So let's just hit T on the keyboard to get the text tool. We're going to just type free. We're going to need to scale this one up, change it to black, scale it up some more maybe, and then shape, get a rounded rectangle and just kind of place it behind it. Alright, I can live with this. So that being said, let's group all of this now and let's bring up this information so we can group everything together and bring it down here. And we have a lot of space to play with, so we can scale this up a bit. But more than anything, we have to ensure that it works on all the backgrounds, and to do that, you're going to add another square and just kind of fade it. So make it black. Alright, doesn't look bad, but instead of color we're gonna use a gradient. On this side we're gonna keep it black. Does it really matter now though, because we're going to click on drag. '90 is fine. On this side I'm going to keep it black as well, but less black. Then we're going to adjust the opacity. Then for this one we just kind of bring it up like this. For this one just kind of bring it down. Just kind of, yeah, something like, I'm thinking something like that. And then just kind of bring this down a bit. I think this is good to go. So here's the next plan. We're going to remove this layer, remove this one. We're going to select our group, and we're going to call this footer. So Jetour add footer, and then we're going to export it as a PNG. So let's copy this name, actually Command S to save it. Save it as the Jetour add footer, and then we're going to export it as a PNG. So now that we saved it, we can close Pixelmator, open Motion, so the final step is really just to import our footer overlay, and then we should be good to go. So we're gonna place it in the still part of the animation, and it should be above everything. It's off center here, so let's go to the inspector and set the parameters to 0. Interesting, something seems wrong. Okay, so these are off, so we're gonna have to adjust this manually, which is fine. So let's look at the animation now and see what the final product is like. So I'm looking at it, and I'm not liking how harsh my black shadow is, so I think I'm going to make an adjustment to it. So let's go back to Pixelmator and open our Jetour add footer. Let's actually remove it from the layer stack. Let's export our file again. Which replaces that, which should replace it in Apple Motion. There we go. Then on the still part with this group selected, we're gonna go to rectangle, and we're gonna click and drag out our own rectangle. Alright, we're also going to change the color to black, and change this from color to gradient. Now we need to go to adjust item, which is right here, so that we can adjust our gradient line is positioned. Then once we have that selected, open up the gradient section here. This side is up here, and this side is down there. My opacity slider is not selected, it's completely grayed out, so I think I need to add this up here and come back down here, and then I should be able to do that. Also need to change the color on this side to black, and the color on this side to black as well. Alright, and then for final adjustments we can do something like that. And place this behind our Jetour footer overlay. Can bring it up some more. So our animation, okay, so we need to actually set our in point here. Is it me, or does this look kind of lean? It's lean. Alright, let's see what we can do about that. Alright, let's see what can be done to solve this little issue that I seem to be having. And it seems fairly straight. Well, let me get a ruler there, and let's zoom in, see exactly what the issue is. Alright. Alright. So this looks like it. So you can double click this, and then you can come here, add our guides, and play our animation and see what it looks like. Alright, so we're just gonna export this now. Let's check the settings first. Video and audio. Okay, we're not gonna add any audio to it. Let's go social platforms, H.264, and then we are finished.